Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to take the time to thank Jim and Marco from Locinox for presenting about some new products Locinox is going to be offering today. Jim will be presenting on the Valentino, the Panther, and the Caracal Serval closer hinge combinations. And Marco will be available to answer any questions either during, if it's appropriate, or after the webinar. So I will turn it over to Jim, and he will start whenever he's ready. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Give me just a second. Wouldn't you know? There we go. All right. Can everybody see my screen here?
I can see it.
Okay. All right. Let me go back to the beginning here. So good afternoon. My name is Jim Todd. I am the Northeast Regional Sales Representative for Locinox. Based out of North Carolina, but I cover all of the Northeast USA. I'll be here today along with Marco Magistro, who is from our home office in Chicago, in the Chicago area, and Marco is our lead technical support and customer service representative out of the area up there. Marco has a phenomenal grasp on all the technical aspects of our products, so he's a valuable resource today and every day. So if you ever have any issues or questions, feel free to reach out to Marco or to Jen at our home office. And again, Marco will be available to throw out a few cents of his today, as well as answer any questions during or after the webinar here. So thanks for being here. We're going to move right along. A little bit about Locinox. We're a Belgian company that's been around for about 35 years. We really dominate the European market when it comes to gate hardware, hinges, closers, locks, and those types of things. We produce a variety of gate hardware and other products, latches and hinges. Our products, kind of the hallmark of Locinox is the durability and reliability of our products. All of our products are tested to at least 500,000 cycles, some of them as much as 2 million. And that testing is ongoing. It goes on all the time, even with existing products, to make sure we have a room that's just constantly actuating these products to make sure that we can't find any issues with them, and that when your customers receive these and they're installed, that they know that they'll be very durable and last a long time. We're committed to high quality product services and services to our customers, as well as customer service. We have a great team in Chicago that can be called on at any time to help out with anything you may need. So always feel free to give them or myself a call. Our engineers are kind of a crack staff of folks over in Belgium, and every year they're presented with numerous ideas of different things that are needed in the market, and they get to work on it and they develop it. And sometimes it's a blockbuster, sometimes not so much, but they're definitely very innovative and come up with new solutions that are, again, kind of fit with our motto of being very durable and reliable and easy to use. All of our products are backed by a really good warranty. Our electronic products have a 2-year warranty and 3 years on all mechanical products. So those may not sound like the longest warranties, but it's the most comprehensive warranty that you'll find on the market. There's not a whole lot of, and warranty returns are almost minuscule for us just because of the durability and the life cycle of our products. Hold on. So the first product I want to talk about is our Valentino. You may recall our Valentino was launched last year. Again, because of all that testing that we continue to do, they found a slight defect that just didn't quite meet our quality specifications with the battery contacts. So they pulled the product off the market for just a little while. It is now redesigned and back. And so this will be a phenomenal product. The neat thing about the Valentino is that it's an electronic code lock for outdoor use. You can program up to 100 unique codes on either side of this. It's very easy to program without having to be disassembled like a mechanical lock. And so this and it's completely battery powered, up to 150,000 open close cycles per battery pack. Again, with no wiring required. That 150,000 cycles could be as many as 10 years, depending on the amount of use. So really great product there, weatherproof and illuminated, so it can be used outdoors and at night with no problem. And it will also support hold open codes. So what that means is you want to put it in a code to open it and enter and stay unlocked until you hit the code again at a later time. That can be done as well. So Marco, I'm going to just bounce that off to you at this point, just to say, are there any other pieces of information that you'd like to add on this?
Yeah, I would just like to add that the Valentino is also able to work with any handle, adapter plate, and even has a shroud lock box, just like our other Vinci and our free Vinci locks. It can work in the same setup, and it could also do a little more than it. So depending on the application, this may be a better choice than compared to a Vinci or a free Vinci.
Okay. Is there any questions?
For the I have a question. So the battery pack, does it come with a specific battery pack that works with this only, or does it have like AA, AAA?
Marco, you want to field that one?
Yeah, so it is a sealed battery pack like you would see in any electrical product purchased off the shelf, where you see the battery pack inside of it. It's a little orange casing sealed with plastic that is just as a simple hookup into the internals of the Valentino. It's shipped in.
Oh, I was going to say,
to answer that question, no, you can't use an off-the-shelf battery. It is a dedicated battery pack that is replaceable as a replaceable part available from us.
Okay, so it's battery packs replaceable from Locinox. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so moving along. So we talked about a latch there, or a lock. So the other thing that we're really well known for are our gate closers, and we have a variety of gate closers, and that we could get into and spend all day or more on. But one we really wanted to focus on today is our Panther. It's a very small and robust closer that is, because of its size, can be mounted just about anywhere. It's a really good option for retrofits where there's no post. And we'll show you here in just a second a couple of examples of how this is installed. And very also, just like all of our products, it has the ability to adjust the speed of the close, and then has that final kick in order to engage a latch if need be. It's ADA compliant, which has to do with how much pressure it takes to push on the gate in order to open it. And it will work with gates 3 to 5 feet in width and up to 330 pounds. Another nice thing about the Panther is that it is field reversible. So you don't have to have any special adapters or order us. There aren't two different SKUs for left or right hand gate. You can use this out of the box and adapt it to work for either whichever direction the gate might be opening. So here's an example of it mounted to a wall, again, where you don't have a post, and you can kind of see the small profile. And this Panther really does pack a heck of a punch for something its size. And then here are a couple of other, just some computerized renderings of being mounted to the top of a post. In a couple of instances here, so you can see it mounted on the inside of the post or on the outside of the post. And another, just a small thing that's kind of a nice to have sometime, but just to keep in mind, is our rail fit. The nice thing about the rail fit is if you ever do have a gate, for example, like one of these with vertical pickets, where you don't have a great solid mounting place to mount the arm of the closer, this will give you the ability to mount, and this works with our Panther verticlos as well as Lion arms. So no drilling required, stainless steel, so it'll last forever, just like everything we have. And it gives you a really just an option to on gates that you think you might not otherwise be able to mount this closer. So once again, Marco, I'm going to kick it over to you. Did I miss anything, or is there any nuggets of information you'd like to add?
No, actually, for those two products, I think you even covered my little extra point I had right on my pad over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually for those two, they sound pretty good. Just
All right.
one thing I did want to add that we didn't mention in here is the Panther itself does require an external gate stop just to stop it at 120-degree opening, because it does have a max opening angle of 120 degrees. So it does require an exterior force to stop it from opening past that 120 degrees.
Okay, excellent point. So any questions on the Panther or the rail fit? All right, well, we'll move along. So some people call it a hinge, some people call it a closer, depending on where you are, what part of the country, what part of the world you are. But this is a new offering, a relatively new offering that we have called our Caracal. As you can see, we have a place in our hearts for wildcats when it comes to naming our products. The Caracal is no exception. So pretty much with our Tiger and Mammoth hinges, we kind of hang out in the space of the really ultra heavy duty gates. We never really had an entry level gate closer. So now we do with our Caracal, and this comes as a set with both our Caracal and then the hinge that goes on the bottom as well. And this is the only really light duty, hydraulically dampened self-closing hinge set out there.
Excuse me,
and
Jim.
it's the pricing. Yes.
I don't see that you changed your screen. It's still on the Panther.
Am I not on? Okay. Sorry. Can you see it now?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All righty. So we're doing this on Adobe instead of PowerPoint. So I think there's a couple of little glitches here it gives you a better quality picture, but I think it's a little glitchy sometimes, it seems. So yeah, so this is our Caracal and Serval, which is the lower hinge that goes with it. Again, hydraulically dampened, self-closing hinge set. Can work with gates up to 4 feet wide and up to 140 pounds. One of the really key parts of this is the fact that it can open up to 180 degrees. Most of the products on the market that are in this price space and in this weight class only open up to 90 to 120 degrees. So given 180 degrees without having to worry about ripping off a light duty gate or those hinges is a really nice thing to have, especially when you get into pool gates and things where you might have kids opening them and not being mindful of how far they're opening them. So it's a really, really nice thing to have. You can mount this to wood, PVC, or metal gates, and I think the PVC being key as an entree into the residential world. So again, fully adjustable on its close speed and final snap, and then the Serval, that smaller hinge, can also be purchased separately. So you can if somebody just strictly requires a spring-loaded hinge that's not hydraulically dampened, they can use 2 of those. So did I miss anything there, Marco? Is there anything you'd like to add?
With the Caracal, actually, I do think you hit all important points with that product. The only thing that I did want to add, though, was that we didn't show in here is that we do also have a no-step top cap that can be purchased separately. So if this is installed on a swimming pool and to meet pool code, you are able to also install this no-step cap that can, again, be purchased separately and installed on site.
Good point. Good point. Did my screen change over to the next slide here? Can everybody see kind of that little installation on the PVC gate? Perfect. Yes. Okay. So just an example of what that looks like. It's again, very streamlined, nice looking hinge. And it gives us an entry into into that world at a price point that's very competitive with other things on the market for that residential and light duty fence.
Do these two types of hinges, do they come with the quick fits connectors as well?
Actually, the Caracal is a first of its kind. The Caracal is installed using self-tapping screws, along with the Serval. They're both installed using self-tapping screws, but there are alternatives if you want to have a more secure mounting using our quick fix hardware. There are configurations that do use the quick fix, and a quick fix is actually included in the Caracal for this situation.
Any special requirements for mounting on the PVC?
For mounting on PVC, it does tend to need to be on the thicker side because polyvinyl that's too thin, it may be not sufficient or not strong enough to handle the closing force of the Caracal in some situations, like if it's paper thin in some cases.
Okay.
And in a lot of cases, a good fence builder is going to have on that post, that terminal post where the gate is hung, it will be a solid wooden post in the ground with a PVC sleeve over it. So that would be at the minimum what you want to do. You wouldn't want to screw this directly into thin wall PVC on both the gate and the posts. So, but again, good fence builders, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, thanks for that.
And so wanted to talk, so a big thing that's being talked about both in the American Fence Association. Did my screen advance?
Yeah, it's like...
It's frozen.
Yeah, it's like pixelated.
It looks good on my end, so I'm not sure what's going on here.
Well, there we go.
Be safe.
Yep, that was the next one.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it back. All right. So on the VSA looks okay?
Yes.
All right. So a big point of conversation lately in the fencing world, and this is both the American Fence Association, the Fence Workers Association, and so on. All they're talking about right now, it seems, is gate safety, and for good reason. Hinges can fail. You can also need to remove a gate for maintenance or something, and you need to have a way for that gate to be secured so that when the hinges are disconnected, or if they fail, the gate doesn't fall and create a safety hazard. A big talking point I've noticed in social media this past couple of weeks is people welding chains onto a post and a gate in order to tether that gate to the post. And it looks hideous. It's loud. It's a rust point, things like that. So we came up with a great alternative for that, and that's our Be Safe. And the Be Safe does use the quick fix connectors, and it's good for gates up to 1,100 pounds. So that way, if something should happen and a hinge fails, or again, you need to disassemble it, it will keep that gate from falling. You can mount it in different orientations, as you can see on this slide here. And so, yeah, I think it's not a kind of a flashy product necessarily, but it does answer a need that's really getting talked about in the fencing world right now, and it looks good doing it. So did I miss anything there, Marco?
No, and I do agree with all points. I do agree that safety is definitely is starting to be more and more of a forefront, as it should. And with products like the Be Safe, I think that's a good step like that. It's very easy to install, no extra skill, labor, anything required, just 2 holes and times 2 screws. So it seems like a very easy add-on for any gate.
Yeah. So we've wrapped up our products. Just wanted to talk just a little bit more about, Locinox and what we do and why we do it. And modularity is a big key for us. And basically the neat thing about our locks, no matter what orientation they are, what size they are, what system they are, they're all interchangeable. So the single set of holes will work for an old Locinox product as well as a new Locinox product. Can be used on a variety of different gate types. Just a single drilling template will be able to handle. Am I frozen up again?
I think it just unfroze. Yep, you're in the
Good.
Yep, you're good now.
Okay. So you just the ability to mount multiple locks on the same type of mounting and drilling template is a really nice thing to do. We've also had, as products age and they need to get replaced, the ability to take a new Locinox product and go in and replace the old one, just kind of out of the box and be able to do it is a really nice thing to do. So, Marco, do you have anything to add on this? And this is kind of vague, but it does kind of speak to the way all of our products work together.
No, I do think this is about right. We do focus on modularity for all of our products. Even for example, to keep on the locks, say you need something to be free exit, have a storeroom front function, need a push bar, or for example, you need your handle to be dead on either side and not turn. We are fully equipped to have any hardware needed to make those modifications to your lock. Even if you order a lock that's too small or too large, we have replacement parts to extend or decrease the size of the lock. So we definitely do focus on ease and also just ease of correction in general, if anything needs to change.
And the ability, as you can see kind of on that center photo there with the black lock, the ability to adjust the throw of the bolt or the orientation of the bolt in the field very quickly and easily is a really nice thing to be able to do, because sometimes you go out and you realize, oh, I need this bolt to throw longer or throw shorter or what have you, and you can do that right there on the spot with a simple turn of an Allen wrench. So kind of wrapping things up, and this did go by fairly quickly, but we have a great website, and the neat thing about our website, from a standpoint of customers and installers and fence contractors and so on, is that all of our products are there. And not only are they all there, you can also find all the resources you need surrounding those products. So if you need an install diagram, if you'd like to find a video that shows kind of a detail on how that particular product gets installed or what its uses are, all those are right there, easy to access and easy to use. There's a mobile version. We're also, constantly adding things to LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and so on. So there's a lot of resources out there for your customers on how to what type of product they need and how to use it. And just to wrap things up on a sour note, there's a picture of me. So if you want to scan that QR code over there, it takes you over to my LinkedIn page, but also my contact information is on there. My phone number is 331-315-1908, and I'm at jim@locinox.com. Feel free at any time to reach out if you have any questions, anything I can assist with, and we're more than happy to help. And if I can't help you, I've got a great team with Marco and Jen back at the office who can do so. So that will conclude.
Well, I did see that people have asked a few questions here. I missed it when we were talking about the actual product. The first question is, the Valentino the same physical dimensions as the Vinci?
The Valentino is, in terms of mounting, it is the same. It's a tad bit wider in terms of width for the Valentino. Just give me one moment to look it up. To actually have the width handy. So, actually, no, it's actually the same as the Vinci. The Valentino is 3 3/4 wide, requiring a gap spacing of 4 3/8. And that is the same as the Vinci and the Valentino. So it does take up the same amount of space.
All right. And the next question is about the Panther. Is there a minimum hinge gap from the post it is mounted to?
No. Yeah. While I do know there's not a minimum hinge gap exactly, there is a certain distance that has to be adhered to for everything. Derek, if I could get your email after, or I could, if you're okay with that, I could send you more info on it, because it's not exactly a hinge gap. It's more so the exact positioning of everything has to line up.
All right. And then Dave asked, how do you install the Caracal on PVC? I think we briefly touched on that earlier, so that was probably answered. And then Joey asked, what is the minimum gap required for the Caracal and Serval?
You mean the gap between the gate and the post?
It does not specify. Oh, he said yes.
So there's a spacer on the back side. You can't see it on any of the photos we have there, but there is a spacer that slips in between the gate and the post, and that's the minimum. You can go a little bit more, but you can't go too much because of the positioning of the holes on either side of the closer. But that piece of plastic that sticks out that would go between those would be the minimum, and set that minimum. And I don't know exactly what the dimension of that is, but probably an 1/8 of an inch or so.
Yeah, I'm getting it looked up right now, actually, to just for clarification. So we do actually have a minimum. It's a slight correction. It is 1 inch to 1.5 inches for the Caracal.
Okay.
And the piece
Sorry
that's
about that. Thank you,
through
Marco.
the frame and whatnot, are those the legs you're talking about? Because someone asked, does it have legs or L legs?
It does have a L, like a plastic flange behind it. Yes. Here, let me see. How could I show this? Jim,
And I believe that I wish I had one with me right now. I don't. But
I'm actually have an instruction pulled up. I'm just going to share my screen really quick so I can get an ideal visual. How do I? Okay. Everyone can see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, not
yeah,
yet?
I think it's coming.
No. Now?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Share. All right, everyone.
I think it's coming up, Marco.
Please select the screen. It's telling me select a screen, and I only have one screen. I'm using something a bit confused.
So that L, if I'm correct, it mounts on the post, on either side, on the front face and the inside of the post, is where that L will go up against.
Right. Sorry, I was trying to pull up a visual. The screen sharing is just giving me an endless spin. But yes, it would be on that post, and depending on if you need to have it on the left or right, it is, again, like most of our products, field reversible. So you just simple flip to upside down, flipping it upside down.
Would you like me to share my screen? The instructions?
Yes, actually, if you can. Thank you.
All right. Yep, let me do that.
Yeah, apologies. It's just giving me like this endless beach ball death. Call it.
All right. Can everybody see my screen?
There we go.
Okay. And if we just scroll down a little bit, yep, right there into that third figure, you'll see that it does have a little flange in the overhead view that gets a self-tapping screw.
If that doesn't answer the question, just send us an email or something offline, and we'll try to be more specific if that doesn't answer what everybody's looking for.
Yeah, because someone asked, can you bolt through the leg? So is this part right here, is this what we're considering the leg that I'm circling? It looks like you bolt through this little flange or leg. Is that correct?
Yes, you can run a screw through that into the post.
Okay.
There are pre-drilled holes.
All right, does anyone have any further questions or comments? All right, well, if not, we'd like to thank Jim and Marco for presenting today and giving us an overview of some new products that Locinox offers. Thank you again, Jim and Marco, for your time today. Look forward to doing another one with you guys in the future.
And we thank you for everybody's time in the middle part of the day. So again, we appreciate your business, and if there's ever anything we can do to assist, don't hesitate to give us a shout.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I know.